All right, folks, I think we are live. What's going on, everybody? This is Chinese Wrestling Sit Down, where we sit down with wrestlers and personalities from within the Chinese wrestling scene. We get a more in-depth look into who they are and their unique stories that made them become prime candidates of our focus features here on Chinese Wrestling Sit Down. I am back once again. I am Leung, of course, and when we talk about people who are not within China right now, it's got to be me and my guest today. It's Uncle Money, the proud member of the stable, but currently in Atlanta, Georgia. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm doing pretty good. I know last time within our stable interview, yeah, it was a bit of a bit of a botch there. So hopefully none of that today. So I felt that I needed to really talk to you one on one. So we're gonna do that right here. Chinese Wrestling Sit Down. We are live on MKW's Facebook and YouTube. If you have any questions for Uncle Money, make sure you leave it in the comment and or chat section if you're on YouTube. So let's get right to it. Apparently, there's a huge announcement. There's a rumors rampant that you're heading back to China, which means you're gonna be back in MKW. Tell us more.
Yeah, that is 100% correct. I know people don't believe me. People think I'm lying, even though I posted my itinerary. That's proof. But, you know, the rumors are true. In 3 weeks, I will be back in China. And after my 14-day quarantine, I'm back with MKW. Part of the stable is back, and we're here to dominate.
Well, you guys been doing pretty well right now, even during the quarantine during MKW Blastoff on Fridays on YouTube. We're gonna talk about that a little bit later on. So let's get right to it with my questions here. So, what are your first memories of watching wrestling, and as a kid, how did you decide to get into wrestling?
So I've always watched it as a kid. It would be on TV, and I was just addicted to it, obsessed with wrestling. Like I eat, sleep, and breathe wrestling 24/7. And here's the thing: I've always known what wrestling was. The entertainment aspect. I've always known that my whole life, which is one reason I wanted to be one. So I've always known it, and that's why I liked it. So I was just always fascinated. I had all the video games, the action figures, the toys. I would like make my own wrestling arena ring in the backyard, and I mean, I went all in.
Yeah, who were your favorites growing up?
The Rock. That's my number one favorite. It's my favorite human, actually. But The Rock, Stone Cold, Triple H, Kane, Undertaker, and then going into the ruthless aggression area, Batista, Edge, Eddie Guerrero, Brock Lesnar, and so I started with the Attitude Era up to ruthless aggression up until today.
Nice. Rock is a great guy to follow. The most followed man on Instagram.
Yeah.
Recently reached. So yeah, tell me about the wrestling scene in Atlanta, GA. Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, I was my Facebook reminded me I was actually in Atlanta 1 year ago, and it's they have the decent wrestling scene over there. NWA filmed there. They have AR Fox's promotion. Tell me more about the Atlanta wrestling scene.
So the Atlanta wrestling scene is pretty big. A lot of wrestlers, come from Atlanta, like Apollo Crews, Xavier Woods. Those guys are from Atlanta. So Atlanta has a pretty big scene. And I always compare the differences between wrestling in the state. In the States, there's shows every weekend. So you're working like nonstop every weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Whereas in Asia, it's not, minus Japan, it's not that big yet. So there aren't as many shows. But what I do like about wrestling in Asia is when we do have a show, we go all out as far as like production wise. But as far as like just the scene in Atlanta, it's big, it's established. That's where you can make your mark, and there's a lot of good. And you get some of the best training out there.
Nice. Yeah, we lost you for like a few seconds there. Hopefully it doesn't happen like last time.
Where it was gone for like the whole 3 hours.
So you've had a long history with Curry, aka Zombie Dragon. Can you go through the friendship you guys have had over the years? Yeah, we interviewed him a few months ago, and he talked about how he trained you, and you guys are friends. I'm not sure about now. So can you go over the friendship that you had with Zombie Dragon?
Yeah. Well, so very first opponent, the first wrestling match I ever had in Atlanta. Well, not in Atlanta. It was North Georgia, like very North Georgia, close to Tennessee. But he was my first opponent. So when I came onto the wrestling scene, he agreed to help put me over, and he wrestled as a gimmick called TMZ, the Montez. It was basically.
Oh, I think you're frozen again. Uncle Money, you hear me? Oh, yeah, there you go. You're back. Did you pay your bills? I know you haven't been wrestling, but you gotta pay those electric bills.
Gotta pay those electric bills somehow.
Okay, yeah. Did you see that you were frozen or no? Was that?
I saw it was black for like a little bit, but I know where I left off. So yeah, so he's my first opponent. He had his gimmick, the Montez, and he agreed to be my first opponent, and he put me over, big time. I had my first match. He made me look very good in my first match. It was a really good first match, and then style. And since then, we've been friends, kept in contact, and about 3 weeks before I moved to China, him and I shot like a little short scene, like a little short film. He agreed to work on that with me. So he's helped me in the wrestling scene. And then I ended up returning the favor by helping him. I helped him get to China. I remember it was like 3 a.m. my time in China. I was asleep, and he sends me a message on Facebook asking me, who's the promoter for the wrestling you do in China. And I was like half asleep, like a guy named Adrian. Go back to sleep. And then I wake back up and see the message or whatever. Then Adrian messaged me asking questions about Curry, and I give him the green light. I tell him all good things about him and whatever. And then that's how he got to China. So yeah, I've known him since 2016. And it's funny, I've wrestled him in 3 different countries under 3 different characters. Which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So yeah, you got him into China, and let's talk about how did you get into MKW? How did you move to China, and how did you learn about the promotion originally?
So when I made the decision to move, so I was already done with wrestling. Well, not done with wrestling, but I took a break from wrestling at the time. So when I moved to China, I decided, maybe I'm gonna see what the wrestling scene in China is like. So I just Googled pro wrestling in China, and I saw an article on LinkedIn, and that article on LinkedIn was from Big Sam, and it talked about his journey of wrestling in China from the beginning. So I sent him a message on LinkedIn, said, "Hey, I'm Trey. I'll be moving to China. I'm a pro wrestler." Sent him all my info. Then a few days later, he responded, and him and I exchanged back and forth, and he put me in more contacts with different people. He put me in contact with Ash, with Adrian, and then when I moved to China, I kept in contact with him, and then eventually finally met him, as well as Chairman Al. And that's kind of how I got into it, all from a LinkedIn message that I sent to Sam.
Well, that's pretty amazing. Wrestling connection through LinkedIn. That's the first time I've ever heard that. I should beef up my LinkedIn a little bit then.
Right. You make friends off LinkedIn.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So yeah, thank you everybody for watching live right here on Facebook and YouTube. We're taking questions. Let me see if my PA is here. All right, question from Chairman himself. Maybe a statement. Soon MKW will be sprinkled with more money. Welcome back.
Thank you, Chairman Al. Can't wait to be back. Chairman Al is my favorite Al. Sorry, Al Leung. But you'll never be Chairman Al.
Darn it. One day, yeah. I certainly don't have the suits and money. That's for sure. I'll work on being your favorite. Hopefully after this interview. So, let's see. From Aaron from Facebook. Imagine getting a birthday card from Uncle, literally named Money.
Well, people
Any
give
meaning
me
from that?
birthday cards. People give me birthday cards. I don't give people birthday cards. You have to pay me. You got to pay Uncle Money. You got to pay Uncle Money. I don't give birthday cards.
All right, Aaron. You gotta pay him first. Next one, Lam Sun. NWA World Television Champion Zicky Dice also moved to Atlanta recently.
Yeah. I met Zicky Dice last year in Korea. He's a good friend of mine, cool guy. Yeah, I did see that he moved to Atlanta, so I'm happy for him. I hope he does well in Atlanta. Hopefully, I get to see him before I go. But yeah, I hope he crushes it in Atlanta.
Yeah. Shout out to Zicky Dice. Any more questions? All right, from Big Sam himself. How come you have an IMDb page yet Ash Silva doesn't? He told me he was a bigger actor out of the two of you.
Well, you can go on YouTube and type in Funtown short film, and you can see my work. I was on Married at First Sight. On top of that, I was on several different stuff. Come on. Y'all know I'm the actor, and I'm the big actor. I'm trained. Come on now. Sorry, Ash, but I still love you. But come on, man. Come on,
Ash. It's time to get an IMDb page. I have an IMDb page actually.
Come on, Ash. You gotta get it together.
Ash, get it together. Get it together if you're watching. All right. I think that's all the questions right now. So yeah, we'll get into more questions later on. So make sure you guys leave a comment or leave in a chat for Uncle Money. So Big Sam, part of the stable. So almost immediately after you came to China, you joined a group called the Stable. Can you tell me more about the origins of that?
So going in, I didn't know what the hell was going on. I was just going with the flow because I'm new. I don't care. Just give me something. But the origin of it started with, you take a look at the three of us, me, Sam, and Ash. We look like superstars. I mean, you know this. Come on now. I mean, look at us. We look like superstars. We are superstars. And we felt that MKW management was holding us back in favor of guys that look like they work at McDonald's. And we just said, F this. And we formed the stable to stand up against management. People look at us like we're evil, but I mean, we're standing up to the higher power that has treated us like trash. I mean, is that really evil?
It depends what you mean by what they did to you. So, the stable has been one of the most dominant groups in wrestling in China and Asia, and even have developed a huge following within the fans, right? So, what makes you guys connect with the fans, so much? I really did feel that you guys are bad guys, right?
Yeah, supposedly bad guys,
Yeah, but yet you guys, get a lot of fandom.
Well, we're cool, there's not much tag team factions and stuff in Asia, not that I'm aware of, and you got this new faction that just so happens to just be naturally cool. We all kind of have our own little swag to complement each other. So I think people, if we're bad supposedly, but at the end of the day, people think we're cool. And if you're cool, you're going to be liked regardless. Look at all like the heels. Look at The Rock and Stone Cold when they were heels. They were cool. And eventually, they got the love from the fans. So I think people just, they think we're cool. And that's just why we get the love. We do. We stand out. Just our presence, we stand out. We do cool things. And it's just something different. When you're different and you stand out, people pay attention.
Yeah, you definitely stand out with three people that are not Chinese, right? Other than Chairman Al, of course. But
yeah.
So let's talk about the stable. Like, let's get it through right now. Who's the leader of the stable?
There is no leader.
Is there no leader?
So you watch basketball, right?
Been a while, but yes. Yeah.
Remember the 2004 Pistons?
No, you gotta have to remind me.
Okay, Chauncey Billups, Rip Hamilton, Tayshaun Prince, Rasheed Wallace, Ben Wallace. Okay, that's like one of my favorite teams of all time. So each 5 of those players, they were all stars, but not one was more higher than the other. They all were all stars in their own lane, and they contributed the team each way, and that's why they were so good. So when you compare that to the stable, we are all 5 of us are all stars. Me, Marie, Chairman Al, Sam, Ash, we're all stars, and we all contribute each of our own thing into the group, which makes us so dominant and which makes us so special and why we are the best. So to answer the question, no, it's not. We are all stars, and we all put a piece to the puzzle.
But yeah, each piece just as important as the other, right? To make a full picture.
Exactly. My piece does things, and their piece does things. Each piece does a thing that makes us so great. And you know we're great. You can just admit it. I mean, you know that. You know what I'm saying? Come on now.
All right, you guys are pretty great, but let's see.
No buts. We're great. No buts.
No ifs or buts then. No
No if, answer, buts about it.
All right, let me see if there's any more questions. So yeah, if you guys, we are live here on MKW's Facebook and YouTube. Let's take some more questions. If you guys have some questions, yeah, leave them in the comment or chat section. From Aaron on Facebook, what is your dream match in MKW?
So, as y'all know, I live in Shenzhen. The last Shenzhen show, we had a big crowd, and a lot of my friends came out. So my dream match would be to wrestle in Shenzhen for the belt, for the MKW title. That would be my dream match. Wrestle for the title in Shenzhen.
Yeah, but against who? Who would be the opponent? Right now it would be Zombie Dragon.
I want a piece of his ass. So if Zombie Dragon's still the champion, hey, let's go. Let's get it.
There you go. Challenge right there to Zombie Dragon, if he's listening. Any more questions? Let's see. Chairman Al, tell us something about the Shenzhen street fight with Zombie Dragon that was never done before in the history of Chinese wrestling.
So that was one of my favorite matches because, one, the match was special, and also it was in Shenzhen, where I live at, and I had all my people there. So the fact that it was never done before, and the fact that him and I, we, put our bodies on the line, it was special. I should have won the match, but Adrian, he's full of crap. I didn't tap out. When you tap out, that means you lose, right? Mm-hmm. Never tapped out, but he decided it was appropriate to stop a match that had no rules. So pretty much I was cheated out of the match that I was whipping him in. And yeah, I was beating Zombie Dragon up pretty bad. And even Chairman Al got his licks in too from him. So, but it was a special match. Loved it.
Well, perhaps Adrian was doing it for the longevity of your career.
No, he was doing it because he has an issue with me for some reason. I don't know. Maybe because I get more attention than him. I don't know.
All right. Any more questions? Lam's son, would there be a problem with this within the stable if Uncle Money became the MKW World Champion and not Big Sam, not Ash? Would there be jealousy?
As long as we're together, it wouldn't be a problem because we all support each other. When Sam was champion, we support him. And if Ash becomes champion, we support him. And if Uncle Money becomes champion, they support me. We're a team. We're a unit. So the day Uncle Money becomes MKW champion, I'm going to have the full support of the stable. I see y'all trying to make these questions. Y'all really want us to break up. It's not happening.
Stirring the pot, as they say.
They're trying to stir the pot. Who's the leader of the stable? Come on now.
Let's stir the pot. All right. Any more questions? Michael Sue. What are you drinking, Uncle Money?
Urine.
Urine.
Nah, I'm drinking coffee. It's morning over here, so didn't get much sleep last night. I've been busy, but yeah, I'm just drinking coffee. Feel good, feel great. I'm wide awake now.
There you go. All right. Guess that's it. Let's see. So yeah, I guess we are wrapping up pretty soon. So if you guys have any more questions, make sure you send them along. Yeah, let's plug our social media here. Where can we find you on social media?
Okay, you can find me on Instagram. I have two Instagram accounts. I have my regular personal one and my wrestling one. For my regular one, T underscore Williams 3222. All right, T underscore Williams 3222. And on my wrestling one on Instagram, it's Pay Uncle Money.
Hey, Uncle Money. All right.
Yeah.
Make sure you guys follow him on Instagram. And if you like me, make sure you follow me on Twitter. I am at Al Young.
Don't. Please don't.
You can follow me. Make sure you guys follow me, okay?
Al Young wants to steal my spotlight. This is the Uncle Money show, and he has to steal my spotlight. He didn't even put my Twitter handle on the thing. He put his on the thing.
Do you have Twitter? You didn't mention it.
I mean, my social media thing on there. Yeah. You just put yours. You didn't put mine.
All right, I didn't know what it was, so I should have asked.
Thank you, Chairman Al. That's why you're the better Al.
And if you guys, you can find us on IMDb.
And you can find me on IMDb.
There you go. Not Ash though. And yeah, if you guys like MKW, make sure you guys follow us on social media: Facebook, Instagram, MKW China. YouTube is Middle Kingdom Wrestling, and Twitter is MKW Wrestling. And make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up and a like. And make sure you subscribe to our YouTube. All right, let me hide this. Hang on one second. All right, so since you've been home at Atlanta most of the year because of the pandemic, maybe you've had a chance to reflect. What do you think your favorite memories and moments are that you had with MKW, your favorite matches, segments, whatever it may be?
So some of my favorite memories are really just, getting on the airplane, because I miss being on an airplane once a month. Just traveling with the boys and hanging out at the hotel, hanging out before and after the shows, going out to eat, just goofing off. Like, those are just memories. Like, those trips to Harbin and, just hanging out with the boys. Those are, some of the good memories I've had, because we have fun. Like, I'll be like in a bad mood or whatever, but when I have we have those wrestling weekends, it's just so much fun. And as far as like my favorite matches, so I mentioned, I say one of my favorite matches was against Zombie Dragon in the Shenzhen Street Fight in 2018. And the last Shenzhen show we had, that was one of my favorites. Just the fact that the crowd, we had, like I said, all of my friends were there, so that meant a lot to me to have them there. Then the Nepal trip, wrestling in front of that crowd, it was amazing. So really, it's just hanging out with the boys and traveling, and just you can just forget about real life for a weekend and just have a good time. So those are some of the good memories I have.
Yeah, it's nothing like the brotherhood and the sisterhood of professional wrestling and hanging out with the boys and stuff.
Yeah, that's the good memories. Can't wait to get back to that.
Yeah, I can't wait either. So you've been watching MKW Blast Off. We are on YouTube every Fridays. So with Chairman Al, Ash Silva in Hong Kong, and you're in Atlanta, do you feel that Big Sam and Queen Marie have been doing okay with the rest of the stable?
Absolutely. They've been doing well. They've been doing their thing. They've been doing very good. I'm proud that they're holding it down for the stable. Because like I said, most of those guys over there, they look like they work at Wendy's or McDonald's. The Sam and Marie really have something to be scared of. Marie's bigger than half those guys, to be quite frank. So, come on now. But yeah, they're doing their thing.
All right. So if they're doing okay, do they even need Uncle Money?
I mean, it doesn't help to have Uncle Money, you know. It just makes it, you know, more better. It doesn't hurt to have me there, you know. But when I get there, then the whole roster's in trouble because Sam and I and Marie, it's a wrap. And then once Ash and Chairman Al get back, it's a wrap. We'll all rest up, be ready.
All right, we are wrapping up here. So, final question from me: What are your goals when it comes to MKW? Other than the world title,
I deserve a title shot. Someone like me, who is one legitimate, meaning I could legit whoop your ass in real life, and someone that's as strong as me in real life, and somebody who has the popularity that I have, and I haven't gotten my due yet. So my goal to get a title shot, and when I do get a title shot, I'm going to win the title, and I would like to have that title shot in Shenzhen, where all my friends can see the mayor of Shenzhen win the strap. So that's my goal, Adrian. I want that title shot.
There you go. The next Shenzhen showcase. That's Uncle Money's ultimate goal. But what if it's the Belton Road?
Hey, that's fine with me. That's fine with me.
As long as there's some metal, right?
No,
Leather and metal.
Some metal hanging around my waist.
Awesome. All right, Adrian and Zombie Dragon, if you're watching, there you go. That's a proposal right there. All right, we are wrapping up here, and we're gonna end it off with some fan questions. So, is there any more questions here? Make sure you guys send them in. From Aaron, besides Zombie Dragon, is there anyone specific on the roster that you want a piece of?
Well, seeing as I haven't really I've been gone for 8 months. I don't even know who's on the roster these days. So anybody can get it. So this is a call out to everybody on the roster. I don't give a damn who you are. Anybody can get it. I want everybody. I want all the smoke. Anybody can get it.
All right, Adrian, line them up for Uncle Money. Next question. Any more?
Keep them coming.
Big Sam, who should be the newest member of the stable?
That's a good question. That's a good question.
You just mentioned that you don't know roster, so maybe nobody.
I don't know who's on the roster these days. We got to sit and think about it. We got to have a meeting, coffee meeting, and we'll figure it out. You know, we'll figure it out. You know, maybe Adrian to be the new member. Who knows?
Really? Lamb Sun. Big Sam doesn't have an answer to Zombie Dragon's miss, though. Cost him the title shot at Blast Off and a match against Black Mamba on episode 1.
Zombie Dragon got lucky. He got lucky. It was a fluke.
How would you counter the miss?
You duck or you wear sunglasses.
Sunglasses in the ring.
Yeah, wear sunglasses, or you just duck underneath it. You know. Or just take them out early. That should be illegal anyway. But whatever. It is what it is.
Well, it's COVID times. Maybe you should get one of those face shields.
Yeah, I'm gonna get one of those.
Should be legal now in wrestling.
Yeah, we protect my face shields because
face shield and mask. All right. Any more questions?
Rumor has it Zombie started COVID.
Started COVID. All right, my cat's gonna be the next member of the stable. All right, he's sleeping over there.
Might be. I like cats, kind of.
Kinda. Yeah. All right, is that all? My PA here. All right, I think that's it. So thank you very, very, very much. Excuse me. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching live on MKW's Facebook and YouTube, and thank you, Uncle Money, for joining us here on MKW's Chinese Wrestling Sit Down. We will be back in a few weeks with another guest, and Uncle Money's gonna be back for the next tapings, hopefully.
Yep. Like I said, so for those that think I'm lying, I told you I'm literally going back to China in 3 weeks. So I leave November 8th. 9th. Yeah, my best friend gets married November 7th. Then November 8th, I fly to DC to see my family. Then November 9th. I officially fly out from DC to Seattle to Vancouver, then from Vancouver to Beijing. So I'll be there. I'll probably land in Beijing like November 11th. then 14-day quarantine. And after the quarantine, I'm going to go fly to Shenzhen and then get started back on life and back to MKW tapings. So I'm looking forward to it.
All right, awesome. All right, thank you, everybody. Thank you for Uncle Money for joining us here today. And yeah, we'll see you guys next time. Have a good one, man.
See ya.
See you, everybody.